Today is the day I fall in love. Cupid's arrow falling from above.
So I'm not coming at you with a completely naked face. I have actually already done my base and a little bit of contouring and highlighting just so that I don't look completely scary when you see me. I've currently been absolutely loving this trio on my face. It's all I've been wearing since I've come back from holiday. I'm mixing up a little bit of this new primer. It's from Ohm Skincare. It's called the Invisible Finish Primer. It has an SPF of 40, and I mix in a pump or two of this By Terry Sun Glow, I think it's called. Yeah, the By Terry Sun Glow, just to liven up my skin a little bit, and a dollop of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation for a little bit of coverage. I'm in the shade 8. I normally would wait to apply concealer after I have done my eye makeup, especially if I'm doing a proper eye look. But as I said, I am looking a little bit tired, didn't want to scare you, so I have put my concealer on, and I'm using one of my favorites. This is the Bare Skin, it's got the longest name, the Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I'm actually trying this in a slightly lighter shade to the one I normally wear, so I'd love to know what you guys think. Does it look too light on me, or do you think I can get away with it? On my brows, I'm wearing my Ka-Brow from Benefit. I'm in the shade 5, and I've just set my brows with my Ico Brow Gel. It's slightly tinted. I don't really need the tint after I've applied the Ka-Brow, but there you go. It's what I had to hand. I was about to say that's it, but it isn't. I have actually prepped my eyelids, and my new current favorite to prep my eyelids is Laying Low. It's the paint pot from MAC. I used to use Soft Ochre, which I think was a little bit too light and a bit too yellow for me. This is absolutely perfect, and I tend to use this actually when I'm not wearing any eyeshadow. It just kind of evens out the skin tone on my eyelids, and it just looks like I've got naturally flawless eyelids. So this has become a daily staple for me. So I've got that on, and I have set it actually with one of the shades from the Huda Beauty palette. So I'll show you that when I start. And I've just contoured very, very slightly with this contouring pencil. I know you guys have been asking me about the Kiko contouring pencil that I've used a lot, and I think that it is limited edition. I did check with Kiko actually for one of my subscribers, and they did tell me it was limited edition. They might bring it back, they might not. But this one from Collection is a really, really good one, and it's so, so easy to use. So I have contoured just a little bit under my cheekbones and just a tiny bit down the side of my nose. And because it's a pointed pencil, it's really, really easy to apply. So if you are one of those people that was asking me about the Kiko contouring pencil, this is definitely one to try. And of course, now on to the eyes. This is the palette that I have been talking about. I'm going to open it up. You will have seen me swatch some of the shades in here if you follow me on Snapchat. If you don't already follow me on Snapchat, please do, because I tend to show on there all the new bits of beauty that come in as and when they come in on the day. So you get to see everything kind of as it comes in. So this is the palette from Huda Beauty. It's had so much hype, and the colours really, really are beautiful. So I'm just going to create a little look for this. I'm going out for a dinner party tonight, so I thought that I would create a look with this palette. These textured eyeshadows right up here at the top. They are the most incredible formula. They kind of feel wet when you apply them. You have to apply them with your fingers. You can't really apply them with a brush. But I think that if I go in there with some of these shades on, I will look like I am doing the most, and it might be too much for my dinner party. So I think I might stick to the matte shades. I'm not quite sure. I might maybe use one of these textured ones to highlight a little bit. I will see how it goes. But I will start by telling you that I used this shade Bay to set my eyeshadow primer, the MAC paint pot. So this is all over my eyes, including up to my eyebrows. So as a transition shade, I'm using this one in the corner. It's called Sandalwood. It's a nice warm peachy brown, light brown. And I'm just going to apply that into the crease. If you've got slightly droopy eyelids, like the upper part of the eyelid, then I would suggest looking down into your mirror so that you actually can create a crease, a pseudo crease slightly above where your crease is naturally falling. Because otherwise, when you open up your eye, you won't be able to see what you have created in your crease. So this is a really, really subtle colour, especially on my skin tone, but it works in terms of providing that transition shade, and it's going to be easier to blend all the other eyeshadows that I'm going to put on top. Now I'm going to go for, I think, quite a vivid eyeshadow look. So the next shade that I'm going to use is going to be this bright one. Don't be alarmed, it is actually really beautiful on the skin. That's called Flamingo, and I'm going to use that in the crease, just go over where I've applied sandalwood. And I'm just going to use the same brush. These shadows blend so beautifully. I know that a couple of people have said that they don't blend, but I think if you prep your eyelids properly with an eyeshadow primer and then set that with a powder, I think you'll find that they do blend really easily. Next, I'm going to deepen that crease, and for that I am going to go in with henna. Ooh, or maybe I'll have Man-Eater. I think I'm going to use Man-Eater. I think that's going to be slightly more vivid, so it's that berry cranberry shade down below. And as I'm just building up the colour in exactly the same area, for the crease I'm just using the same brush throughout. And actually, let me just tell you what that is. I'm using the MAC 286 brush. And I'm just using the exact same windscreen wiper, I can never say that, windscreen wiper motion to blend that eyeshadow right through my crease. I'm probably taking it about 4/5 of the way in to the inner part of the eye. Now I really want to deepen the outer part of the crease and the outer corner, so I'm going to use this one called Bossy in that outer V of the eye. These are such a dream to use. The hype on this palette has been immense, probably just because it's Huda and it's just such a beautiful selection of colours. Seriously, every single colour just goes so well with every other colour in the palette that it's just a really great palette for everyday looks and also for really dramatic looks as well, if that's what you want. So that's the crease and the transition and all of that done. Now I need to concentrate on the actual moving part of my eyelid. And I think for that one, I think I'm going to go with this, with this beautiful rose gold shade called Angelic. And I'm going to apply that with my finger. It's so beautiful on the skin. That is just the most beautiful shade. If there is a dupe for this shade, someone please let me know, because I think when this runs out I'm going to need to get that. And now I'm going to use a clean blending brush. It's a pointed fluffy brush. This is actually the Louise Young brush LY38, and I'm just going to use that to blend that shade through. Even worn on its own, this shade Angelic would just be lovely, just on its own with some black mascara. Would be really, really pretty for a really simple daytime look. And now I'm just going to use another clean blending brush. This is the Louise Young LY38B, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of Bay and just blend that under my brows and blend it down into the shadows just to finish off the look. The key to getting your eyeshadow to look the way you want it to look is to blend. Blend, blend, blend. Spend more time blending than you do actually applying. Now I've just applied my liquid black eyeliner off camera because I find that really hard to do on camera, and I'm in the final throes of my lash extensions. I actually wanted to take them off, what was left of them, before this video and then be able to apply mascara, but I can't find my lash remover, so I couldn't do it. So I can't really do anything to my lashes right now. So all I've really been able to do is just black liquid eyeliner. I use the Givenchy one. I absolutely love that because it gives a really vinyl effect. I think it goes really well with this look. And now I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of powder, not too much, under my eyes, just to set any concealer that I had there. Again, I would have normally done my concealer after doing my eyeshadows, but I didn't want to show you all my dark circles under my eyes at the moment. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. Ooh, clean it up. I love this powder as a setting powder. It gives a beautiful airbrush finish. I use this in shade 3 to actually sculpt a little bit when I want to contour and sculpt. But in shade 2, which looks like it would really be too light for my skin, it's really lovely to set the concealer under my eyes. And I'm using this huge fluffy brush from Goss. It's number It doesn't have a number. Actually, I remember, I think it's one of the holiday brushes that came out. I love the Wayne Goss brushes. In fact, currently some of my favorite brushes are the Wayne Goss brushes and the Louise Young brushes. And now I just want to add a little bit of definition under the eyes. I'm going to use this shade Henna with another Louise Young brush. This is LY13. It's a really beautiful pencil smudging brush. I'm just sweeping that under the lower lash line, about 2/3 of the way in. And I think just to echo the warmth of the crease colours, I'm going to mix a little bit of Bossy with a little bit of Manhunter and just put that under the eyes as well. And then, just because I'm a creature of habit, I am going to use a tiny bit of this brown shade Cocoa in the outer lower corner. For a tiny bit of extra definition under the eyes, I'm just going to use a little bit of mascara. I'm not really going to pull it down too much, really wiggle the brush through my lower lashes for definition rather than length. To make my eyes pop a little bit, I'm going to use a tiny little extra bit of Angelic in the inner corner of my eye. Just a hint of blusher. I'm going to use this one by Tarte in the shade Fearless. It looks really pink in the palette, but it's really quite subtle when it's on. I'm not quite sure what this brush is. Oh, this is a Body Shop bronzer brush, but I love this one. I really want a very subtle blusher look. I was going to go for a really nude shade of lip, but actually I haven't gone nearly as heavy on the eyes as I thought I was going to. So I think I'm going to go with a very statement lip. I'm going to use one of these new Rouge Allure inks from Chanel, and this is in the shade 150, and I think it's called Luxuriant. First off, can I just say, gorgeous, gorgeous little packaging. I mean, that's going to fit into even the tiniest little evening bag. So I'll take this with me as well when I go tonight. I'll just wipe off the lip balm first that I've had on my lips while I've been doing my makeup. Really comfortable to wear. The pigmentation is amazing, and if I wanted to go over it with a second coat, I really could, and it wouldn't start cracking or flaking or anything like that. But anyway, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. As I said, it wasn't as heavy an eye look as I had originally planned, but it's definitely much more wearable and definitely what I'm going to be wearing tonight. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button down below. And I am trying to do 2 videos a week. Sometimes it's 1 video, but hopefully 2 videos a week. But if you guys leave me your comments and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, maybe I'll be better at doing 2 videos a week. Make sure that you're following me on Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram. I will put all the links to all my social media in the description box below, and I'll also make sure to link all the products that I've used. And if you have any questions about any of them, leave me your questions in the comments box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!